Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Marco Polo back with you. Wow, there's so much going on in the world today. It almost seems like it's all being done by design. It seems as if we are being squeezed as a people into a poverty like the old way was long time ago, before our country was even a country. I'm talking United States because that's where I come from. There used to be the serfs, the peasants, and the ruling class. And then that would be the nobles. Well, we've got that again. We've completely demolished the middle class in the United States, which was always the backbone of our country. It was always what the American dream was made of. The American dream, sure, a lot of people would dream to be top echelon, ruling class, wealthy, living above it all. But the fact of the matter is, the actual American dream was to live a good life with your family and be comfortable and be able to take care of not just the basic necessities, you know, shelter, food, security, those are basics, but to actually have a fruitful and, vibrant life with vacations, social situations, social times, and time on your hands to take care of these things. When you don't have extra time, you are not a very, open for society, for social, for encounters to, other people, which is actually healthy for you to have friends, cultivating good friendships, cultivating good relationships, um, having mutual, friendships that are along the line of interests, such as, let's say you like to race cars. You would have a race car and you would go to a racetrack, and lots of other people who are of the same interest, racing cars. This is just, for instance, would be there. Nowadays, you don't see so much of the camaraderie amongst our people. We have a lot of individual, you know, I need to make it mentality, and I see it everywhere. And it's sucking the love and sucking the joy out of everyday life, because so many of the people are barely making their necessities, meaning they can barely get the food on the table. They're eating lesser, desirable meals, but they're, getting by. And shelter is it's astronomical in price nowadays. Even rents are too much. Think about buying a house, man. That's like signing up for slavery nowadays. A 30-year indentured servant to a building that you can go inside of, and since you have that building, you can't afford to do any damn thing else, because month after month after month you have to pay for this place, which is a fluctuating payment as well, meaning that your insurance is going to go up and your tax is going to go up. And they're going to tell you, our government is going to tell you what you need to pay. And government must be in business with insurance companies, because they're allowing them to tell us what they require us to pay as well. And it just keeps going in that direction, along with the prices. I mean, if you haven't bought a house or real estate within the last 10 years and you own some, you're lucky, seriously lucky. And your luck stemmed from the timing of your purchase, as to where folks who want to buy now or waited to get, the right situation or have enough money, have basically been priced out, completely priced out of owning a decent, home or real estate. at least, in the neighborhoods or the areas that would really matter to that person, to give them a good quality of life. I'm not saying you can't have a good quality of life way out in the country and in the sticks. Possibly, the way the world is becoming, and maybe that would be better off for all of us. Just to, it seems like, avoiding people nowadays, you can find a lot more peace avoiding people. And that's the thing, because of the entire situation where folks are stressed out to the max. They're working one job with extra overtime, which only pays for the lifestyle of what a part-time job used to pay for, or they're working multiple jobs, and there's significant others working multiple jobs. And where does that leave children if you have children? A lot of people are skipping that part and not even bringing children into their lives, deciding not to, or waiting to have kids. And that's sad, man. That's sad. We're supposed to be fruitful and go and multiply. We're supposed to procreate. We really are. And a lot of situations, it's not happening. People are not going to bring kids into a situation where they're barely making it themselves. And I understand that. I totally get that. It's thinking logically, and it's not bringing somebody into, a tough a tough lifestyle that you already have to deal with. Me personally, love my kids, love all my kids, and bringing them into this world has been a total blessing, has elevated me in ways that I cannot describe, because it does make me have to go out and do better. That's like, it's like burning the bridge behind you. There's no going back to chilling out, and it's just me that I need to worry about. It's them. And that creates a new dynamic in what type of human being you will become as a parent, if you ever choose to do such a thing, or if you already know. Kudos to you, especially if you're a good one like moi. Anyways, if anything I'm saying resonates with you, you know what to do. Go ahead, like this video, subscribe if you're not already subscribed. What I'm saying is, it seems like everything is by design, is we are being systematically crushed, ground down to the bottom levels, so that we can be controlled. Because when all you desire is the basics, and you can't barely get those basics, anybody who would throw you the crumbs to get you by would be considered like a savior, right? Well, guess what? Those are the same people who would toss you the crumbs, is your government and the people who are running the show out here, world, leaders as well. Because it seems to be like whatever's happening in Europe happens here, whatever happens in Australia is happening in Europe and other areas. These ideologies, it's insane how it's spread so far and different, and like different cultures are adopting the same mindsets, which means they are no longer unique anymore. And to bring other people into cultures that they clash with, and that were never, joined together, or should not mesh together, such as ideologies of different religions that never got along before and actually had wars, and they don't mix. What what would you put that together for? Why would you bring a bunch of people of one religion who don't like another religion and actually want to kill them other people? Why would you put them in the same country and say, "Oh, come on in, you can stay with us"? Are you really trying to convert them or change them? Or are you trying to bring them in, create more chaos, so that you can ultimately have control? And that, my friends, is actually what's going on. This is 2026, and we're seeing a lot of things that have been prophesized by, I was recently looking into something called 1984, and it's a surveillance state. Wow. Flock cameras. How about data centers to collect everything that they can about you? And also, AI so that things can work extra quickly. Should AI ever gain consciousness, who knows? That would be your big brother. So it's like it's all coming together, and it's not a pretty thing. I do not like what I'm seeing. I mean, many of you out there may think, oh yeah, this is the future, and what we have now is just god awful. And yeah, it is, because they're going to make it god awful for all of us so that they can usher in the new way, the new system, the beast, if you will. Anyways, this is Marco Polo. I hope y'all are doing okay, and just awareness. And I'm not saying woke, because woke has taken on a whole nother meaning, which is basically more people who are asleep calling themselves woke. I'm talking about consciousness of what's going on around us, consciousness of the happiness, the lack of love, the crime, the struggle. It's everywhere. And not that it hasn't always been everywhere, but in my life, I've never, in my memory, I've never seen so much of it. Not everywhere I look, if that makes any sense. All right, not to make this video long, but I'll catch y'all in the next one. All right, Marco Polo, take care.